My name is Keith Levy, and I'm originally from Columbia, Maryland. I also am known as Sherry Vine, which is the character I perform as. And my entire life and vision was on this path of being a movie star. And then it just kind of was like, oh, there's this song, Black Coffee, this torch song, I always wanted to sing. And I was like, well, I can't really do that as a guy. No one wants to see Keith up there singing this song. I was like, maybe I'm going to do it as this tattered ex-showgirl. And people really responded to it and was like, oh, you have to come and perform here. And I was like, okay. But I really was trying to keep that at a distance. I was still like auditioning and doing stuff. And I was like, no, I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to be a professional drag queen. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Why are you fighting this? Why are you not embracing this? I mean, do you really want to get up at 6 a.m. to stand in line all day to audition to be in the road show of some musical? Or do you want to be like the star of these shows? And I was like, oh, I'm a star of a show. My whole life was geared towards, like I said, getting to LA to become a movie star. And now I have to tell my parents, I'm moving to New York to be a drag queen. And they were like, all you've talked about for 20 years is going to Los Angeles, and you're there and now you're leaving? It can be very, actually kind of cathartic, inspiring. That chapter is done. And now I'm excited because what's this next chapter gonna be? And it's been 22 years of doing Sherry Vine, and I still love it. And it's fun and inspiring, and I have so many things that I want to do that I haven't done yet. I've been really lucky and fortunate with this career to travel all over the world. I mean, I've sang with Debbie Harry and Nina Hagen and Mark Allman and Boy George. And I performed on the MTV Awards. They had a bunch of drag queens come out and do different eras of Madonna. And it was this whole Madonna retrospective. And I was like a virgin. I came out first. And I was like, oh, I have to come out and roll on the floor like Madonna did on the MTV. No, there's no time for that. Just come out and get. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, fuck you. So I'm standing in the wings, ready to go on. And Diana Ross is like, hey, girl, oh my God, you look great. I'm like, thank you, so do you. And the music started. I'm like, oh, I'm on, girl. So I come out and, of course, like immediately roll across the stage. The crowds go crazy and all the queens come out. And then Madonna comes out and she's walking up and down and talking to us and shaking her hand and everything. And that was like really, really like cool. That was fun. I want to make people laugh. And I do comedy. So I rarely do something that's political. But just the fact that you're a man who puts on women's clothes, and when you walk out that door and you're bombarded sometimes with hate and anger, then it does become political. I mean, I've been chased down the street by a gang with bats. That was scary. I've had bottles thrown at me. Literally, I could walk out and stand on that street and a taxi will slow down and then take off. People who perform in drag have an important voice to share, especially within the gay community, if you will. I mean, we all have to come out twice because we come out once as gay and then we come out again as drag. And for people who are like, oh yeah, my parents had no problem with me being gay, but they hated, they freaked out when they found out that I did drag. There are a lot of gays that don't like drag and hate drag queens. I've had people say things to me not knowing, like, ugh, fucking hate drag. Even like, you know, at the parade, they don't want the drag queens or the leather queens representing them, or that we're slowing down the process of assimilation. It's like, I don't want to assimilate. I don't need to assimilate. I'm gay, I'm a freak. I like being a freak, and I like the freaks.